Hey guys, some really exciting news just came out at NAB regarding the new DaVinci Resolve 14. So this video is going to somewhat kick off a mini tutorial series for DaVinci Resolve. Most Resolve tutorials on the internet are about coming up with certain looks or color grades, but this series is going to cover more of the functionality of DaVinci Resolve in regards to helpful practices, workflow, as well as exploring various tools in Resolve that are often overlooked. A feature I'm really excited about is the new Face Refinement effect. I'm a guy who's big into face refinements through using power windows and such, and especially in like close-ups, and you're doing your beauty shot, hero shot, all that. It's a technique I first became aware of when I found out they used it a lot in House of Cards, which is a show I really love the look of, and so I've pretty much been using it ever since on my own projects. So let's look at how that used to be accomplished versus how it's much easier now. Originally what I would do, going in here, let's select the clip for it. Right here is a good one. So we would go into the power window section, make a circular power window. I'd put it around his face, just like so. Sometimes I like to sharpen faces, sometimes I like to make them softer, depending on the subject, the lighting, the story, all of that. So we come here, then we go into our tracker, and I would play it out. It usually tracks pretty darn well. Resolve's tracker is pretty incredible. Then I come into the blur, and let's say I did want to, let's say we wanted to soften him up a bit, just make it look a little more like a glamour type shot. Down goes sharper, up goes blurrier. So you don't want to do this too much usually. Let's say I did it at 0.58. So if you Command D, you can kind of see what that's doing. I'll just up it just so you guys can really tell with that YouTube compression, if you know what I'm saying. So very good, nice and soft, but now his eyes are all soft. So I'd have to do is come in here. I would have to add another circle, power window. And then I basically would have to track his eye. And I have to do both eyes individually and his mouth. So I'm going to make you sit through this so you can know how long this takes. Let me go back in here. Well, okay, first let's invert it. Excuse me. Here we go. There we go. So now if I turn this off, you can kind of see his eyes sharp, everything else is soft. We go to the tracker and we are going to hit play. It tracks his eye. Oh, did not work. There we go. Okay. And probably soften that up a bit. Going again, add another circle. Big process. Here we go. Soften it out. This is, yeah, okay. Let's track it. Track it backwards. Okay, so now you can see his eyes are good. His mouth is blurry. Okay, gotta do his mouth. Let's maybe make this eye one a little bigger. Less soft, and oh yeah, invert it, good times, do his mouth, let's do another circle, and his nose of course you want. Huge process, so invert it, soften it a bit, shrink it down a bit, and let's track it forward. Cool. Now, I mean, it looks weird because I made the blur so high, but if you do it subtly, you can just very, you know, subtly soften out their skin and all that, and you know, you spend a lot more time on this than I am, just really isolating what you don't want to be softened. But you get the idea. It takes a lot of time. Alright, so using the new Face Refinement effect method, you simply go to Open Effects, you go down to, alright, so this is the first time I'm doing this, so we'll see together what this, how this really goes. But you go down to Resolve, FX Refine, Face Refinement, drag it onto your node. Loading, oh, here we go. So, lots of options here. First you click Analyze. That's pretty cool. You can see his face. Looks like Shrek or something. Alright, that was really quick. About as quick as the tracker, except we got eyebrows tracked, eyes, nose, mouth, and the general face shade. That's pretty cool. So I do not know what all of these do. See, smoothing. Okay, smoothing like just softens everything. Detail size. See, this is way more control than the just blurring it how we did before, rather than doing all the different power windows, and that can get really messy, and this is pretty freaking cool. Face mask size, softness, I guess that's like your feather, which hey, you can even see, you know, get a little Lumimat here, see what you're working on. Pretty cool. Contrast. You can just add contrast to the face. That's huge. I love doing that all the time. And then you have all these drop down menus. Color grading, midtone, color boost, tint, shine removal. I wonder, would that be like, sometimes you have lights that people are sweating, it's hot with lights on them and their faces shine. That is amazing. So much more control than it was before. Eye retouching, sharpening, brightening, highlight. What the heck does that do? Oh man. Are you kidding me? Eye bag removal? What? This is incredible. I'm losing my mind right now. Lip retouching. That's, first off, let me turn this off so we can see it better. Alright, lip retouching, hue and saturation. Saturation is definitely big for me. Sometimes I have guys that look like they're wearing lipstick just because how the camera kind of reads colors. Like right now. Okay, so you can lower that. That's awesome. Hue. Probably wouldn't want to overdo that unless you just wanted to make it a little less red or orange or whatever. Blush retouching. Wow, that's cool. You could probably like just track someone's face and do this crazy like fake makeup with all this. You can do eyes, lips, blush, cheek, chin. I'm just gonna go through all this because I'm really interested in this, and I might cut this out, but I might not. Smooth. This is insane. Cheek. Chin. I'm guessing these are the same, it's just depending on the part of the face. And global blend, which is probably just an opacity. Yeah, just like your general opacity if you want to do something strong and then lower it. So personally, I know they kind of act like this is a small thing, but this is, to me, what I'm most excited about for Resolve 14, being a colorist. I'm probably going to use this on everything I do if there's time and the budget and all that, but pretty freaking cool. Something they really didn't make too big of a deal about, but actually blew my mind, was that they dropped the price of the full Resolve Studio version down to $299, which I think it was like $999 before, so that is absolutely insane considering how amazing Resolve is. I mean, it's a full NLE audio and color grading. It's like the best color grading program there is. So that's pretty crazy if you compare it to like the prices of Premiere, Final Cut. Well, Final Cut's pretty cheap, or Avid though. So I mean, that's going to make them way more competitive, I feel, and is that pretty crazy. I mean, they already have the free version of Resolve, which has most of what you would need for a basic project built right in, totally free if you have a powerful enough system to run it. If you're an editor sound mixer, colorist, or even DP who wants to mess around with color grading on your looks and, you know, test some things out, get a better understanding of the whole workflow of the images you're recording, Resolve is incredible to have. It's a little bit of a learning curve for some people, but you should have it. Alright, so those are my impressions. If you're feeling ballsy, go download the beta now or wait for the official release. I've messed around with it for a little bit and I haven't seen many bugs, so definitely check it out. So we'll be exploring a lot more in Resolve over the next few months, so definitely hit that subscribe button, leave a comment below telling, you know, what you want to learn about, and I'll see you next time.